Hey everybody, welcome to the OBT Show.
The most unprofessional intro ever.
This intro is sponsored by crackers from Brendan.
Welcome everybody, OBT Show. I did bring crackers because I wanted to feed myself primarily and feed Chris.
Temporarily.
Big news, if you're watching this, you can see us now, right?
Oh.
Hi.
Hey. How you doing? No, don't stare. You're going to stare.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I blacked out. So we're trying this out, see if anybody really wants to see our profiles for 40 minutes.
Well, I feel like
scratch myself.
There's probably going to be parts where we're going to turn and not address the camera whatsoever. I'm just going to talk right at you.
Yeah, we're just going to talk to each other, and then this is just...
This is so you know
that this is what we do. Are you excited yet?
I am.
Lots of big gaming news going on. What do you want to talk about first?
Oh, well, first we have to say rest in peace.
Oh, yeah. Roger Ebert. Sad. That happened about an hour before we went to record. That's so sad, man.
Yeah. I mean, who's going to do the thumbs up now?
Retire it.
It's just sad.
I know. It's sad.
Okay, but on to not as sad stuff. Rest in peace.
Hey, read his autobiography, This Life. Really good. I'm going through it right now, ironically enough, and it's really good stuff.
Okay, I'll see if I can get my hands on a digital copy.
Excellent story. Buy the book, man. Be a book reader for once.
Read
a book.
I read digital books.
I don't like that. As an English major, I don't like that. I really don't. I think it's dumb.
Oh man, advancing with the times is terrible.
It's scary. I like books. You see my bookshelf.
I know.
I like to cozy up in bed. Get the covers real up tight. Around my neck.
Around your neckle area?
My neckle area. I turn the lights down low.
Oh.
Maybe get some wine.
Oh.
Sexy book time. And I read my books. I love it.
Yeah, no, I
don't like bringing in a thing that flashes and glows right back at me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I have like a plain e-reader that I read with a light, and it's just got 1,000 books on it. So that way, once I finish the one, and I already know which book I'm going to go to, I just switch over.
So when the world ends and you have no power, you can never read, and then I will have entertainment.
I have one of those things that you can plug USBs into, and you just wind it up.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm not going to get rid of books or my iPhone.
I'm getting rid
or my iPad, which I don't own, but I might have to steal it from somebody.
Don't steal mine. I'll be pissed.
Okay, I won't steal yours.
So rest in peace, Roger Ebert.
Roger.
Now that we've gone off.
Lots of gaming news.
What do you want to talk about first, man?
No, what did you want to talk about? You actually came up with gaming news first.
Well, you poo-pooed the one thing, the Xbox news that came out today. That was
okay,
another
I
rumor.
poo-pooed it. I'm sorry.
You poo-pooed it. So I was all ready to talk about that.
So then let's talk about...
Basically, for those of you who are curious, like I was, Chris, what is happening with the Xbox, you need to have, and it already was reported, but this is another report, that you need continuous online, which I don't quite understand. What does that mean?
It's basically saying that once you hook yourself up into like a network or whatever, it just wants you to be online for function.
So does that mean even when I'm powered off, I need to be online?
No, it's just essentially saying like every single time you turn it on, you're connected to Xbox Live.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty much
what people
if you already have
now.
Xbox Live is what's going on now.
Then why?
But you still have the option to turn it off and still use the system.
Why? What are the pros and cons in your opinion of that? I don't really see a big difference, a big whoop-de-doo about it. Some people are up in arms.
I mean, well, you had the recent Sims City experiment that EA did. Well, not experiment. I mean, it was failed.
They launched it. Yeah, it wasn't. They were like, they'll just try. They're like, this is what it is.
I mean, it's if Microsoft has the servers that can, uphold all of the users that are going to be.
But isn't that pretty much happening now anyway?
Yeah.
So what's the big deal?
Because people want it, essentially, people mod their systems. So the people that mod their systems can't even connect to Xbox Live.
Okay.
So you have those people that might get mad. You have the people that don't use Xbox Live whatsoever, don't connect it to the internet whatsoever. They use it as a DVD player, and sometimes they play video games. You have the people that don't even know how to hook it up to the internet. You have your technologically challenged people.
How do you not know that in 2013 with the instruction
Have you
manual?
ever explained to someone how to use the internet before?
Yes.
Okay, so think about that, but explain to someone how to connect Wi-Fi to something. It happens.
Okay.
So
I think you're doing a disservice to those people out there that don't know
Yeah, I'm doing a disservice to them by
But you're
announcing
you're
the
discounting
truth.
them. You're discounting them, you bastard.
They're dumb.
So dum-dums are going to be bad.
Dum-dums are going to be bad. Dum-dums. Those, I mean, I can't see it being anything past that. I mean, whenever I turn on my Xbox, I'm always connected to Xbox Live. Now, the problem, the mass problem, the big group of people, it's because Xbox Live is a paid service. And that means you have to pay into the service all of the time to use the Xbox.
Right.
So not only did you just shell out $600 or whatever the number is going to be for a new system, you have to pay a monthly fee on top of that just to use the system.
Right.
Now, they have Xbox Live Silver, which is the
lowered
free.
tier.
You don't have to pay
Right, but
anything.
it doesn't do... What does it really do?
It connects you to...
updates.
Yeah, it gives you game updates, and it connects you to the network so that way you can send messages to people and stuff.
But you can't do much else with that.
Yeah, no, you can't game online with it.
Right.
But if you want to multiplayer, you have to get Xbox Live Gold.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's some pros and cons, but I mean, I don't see it being that huge of a problem. I mean, every single time my Xbox turns on, I'm on Xbox Live, and that's the functionality is not going to change for me once I buy the new Xbox because I know I'm going to get it. Well, no,
are you going to get it for real? You going to get it?
Unless they don't allow you to use used games, which...
And then are you going to protest?
I will protest.
Why?
Because... Okay, how do you feel about used games?
I like used games because then I can preview them and I don't have to pay the full retail for them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if I'm buying a system that they already are upfront about and saying you can't use a used game for... Because right now, and I think we've talked, I don't know if we ever did on the podcast, but the way I buy games now is I'm voting. It's almost like I'm voting. I am putting my money down on games I want to see in the future.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. So I'm investing in that company to please make more games like this. So that's sort of mentality I've taken where I don't even really get that many used games anymore because I research and I buy the games that I know I'll like. And on occasion, I'll try something like it would be interesting to see how Redbox is interwoven in this. Maybe they do some special coding on their discs. I'm sure they're still going to want to put it out there.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like they would be severely hampering their sales process if they do something like that. There's not a good enough system in place to just say, oh, by the way, sorry, no used games, no used DVDs.
Right.
You have to own everything that you use and own the rights to it. Like people would riot. And then they go, okay, well, I'm going to buy a PlayStation then.
And then PlayStation will be like, we'll reap all your benefits.
I mean, as much as I want them to be able to support Xbox 360 games on the new system, it's not as bad as if they say no used games whatsoever. Because, like, for example, I just went to GameStop. I bought Fable for $8, or Fable 3. And it was an experience that I wanted to have. Yeah, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I had to still pay retail for a game that was that old,
you'd be pissed.
Even marked down, it would still be like $40, $30, something like that. So I don't want to pay that. Not for a game that's that old.
And you didn't like Fable 3?
Oh, I like parts of it.
I like the beginning. I don't like when I'm king and then I have to make all these decisions based on this insane amount of cash that I don't want to spend and hugging people and stuff and high-fiving them.
I didn't even know that it would go so fast.
It went really fast.
The days went by so fast. Like, I had this huge, money setup where I just owned everything and I was going to get a ton of money, but I was skipping through those decisions and I was like, okay, 121 days left. What decision are you going to make? Well, I made a decision. Okay, now they're coming. And I'm like, whoa. 121 days just went by?
Yeah.
Ooh, well, everyone in Albion's going to be dead because I don't have enough money.
That. I know. I thought, what a dumb premise. You work so hard to be king, and I appreciate what they're trying to do. But at the same time, I didn't like that I was forced to be make those monetary decisions because I guess in a king you have to. But I wanted to be the ruler that was fighting. I'm like, I'm going to be a fighting ruler, and I'll beat them myself without having to spend a dime. And they're like, you don't have that option. No, you have to be a treasurer.
Well, you're not a treasurer. You do
and
have
then
to
make. By the way, you might have been a good guy, but do you want to be a dick and save money now that you're king?
I turned the lake into a mining center. I was just like, they're like, this is the last nature thing. And I was like, I'd made all these good decisions. Yep. Say goodbye to the lake. We need to make some money. We're really low on funds.
I'm sorry. I'm eating a cracker.
But, I mean, as far as the Xbox stuff goes, GameStop just announced today, they were quoted saying that they're really, really excited for the new system. It's going to be great. We can't wait for Microsoft to announce more stuff on it.
Didn't they say, quote, cool? That was the quote. It's cool from the CEO.
I think so, yeah.
Is he 5?
I say cool.
Yeah, but if you're
I'm
as a
5.
CEO, but as a CEO of a professional CEO, and he comes out of a meeting like, "Sir, what are your comments?" It's cool.
Do you want to know what I just realized?
What?
I'm still wearing my hat like a douche.
Yeah, you are. Before we went on, he pretended to be Fred Durst and recited a bunch of lines, and then you look like an asshole for the first 10 minutes of the podcast.
I'm so ashamed of myself.
I thought that was a conscious decision.
No, I was just like, I guess I was still feeling like Fred Durst for a little bit.
But you were really, I'm like, he's really committed to this backwards hat thing.
No, I'm fixing that right now.
You just fix it. You just fix it.
This is why we're here, where we provide the entertainment for the people.
I forgot that you didn't know that.
Unintentional comedy. But yeah, I don't know. I think cool is an okay term.
I don't
to
like
say
it. No, not for your CEO. Give me some detail. Although, maybe he wasn't able to give detail. Maybe they're like, you can't say anything that is even remotely connected to what.
Oh
we
yeah, no, I'm
actually
sure they
produce.
have them sign big stacks of paper that say if you say any of these terms, you will be sued.
Probably. I mean, they can't say anything
It could
like
be
Durango.
the Xbox Awesome-matic tubular next step in evolution.
Yeah.
That could be the name of it. And if he says any of those things,
You're
sued.
fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired. Never. You're gonna get an exclusive.
Terrible Trump impressions, volleying back and forth for your amusement. Terrible. What else was? Oh, I sent you a link to Thief. I didn't. I started reading the article. I didn't watch the trailer yet, but I read the article.
Oh, you didn't watch the trailer?
I didn't get a chance to, man.
It wasn't a gameplay trailer. It was kind of like a story trailer. And
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
It was a nod to saying time has gone by, and they say that in the article.
Yeah, and I read the article that goes in depth about the demo, and they even made a point of saying, it's very much like Dishonored in some ways, but Dishonored is the spiritual sequel, after Thief. Thief laid the groundwork for it, which is a great game.
How many years went by from the last Thief game?
I think it's been
now?
like 14 years or something, like 14, 15 years.
So it's reasonably, expected that somebody's going to make something that's kind of like something.
And quite frankly, the fact that it took 15 years for that to happen is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And a testament to Thief, because that was a great game. I love that game.
Well, it's taking them 13 years to make the sequel for Finding Nemo. So time goes.
Time goes.
And you don't even realize it's 2003 that movie came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
But go back to Thief.
Because I love Thief on PC. Played. I told you my heartbreak about Thief 2. My computer, not my Hewlett Packard, having terrible. It was all pixel. I'm like, I think I can still win, and then I could hear the audio grade. Like, we found you. I'm like, damn it. They're always gonna find me because I literally can't see. But it was such a cool concept that there's torches and stuff. I remember I had like water arrows, and I could douse the flames with a water arrow from high top on a perch, and had a little rope arrow I could climb.
That's because you're a badass.
Because I'm a badass, and I love doing it.
They make you such a cool badass in that game, too.
They do. And I think they kind of reiterated that they're going to bring those elements back, and that you're going to have Garrett, who's your main character, kind of acknowledge that it's been a while. I don't know where in time this takes place. It'll be interesting to see how far in advance they go with it and what elements they bring to it. But I think it's going to be fun. I mean, I love Dishonored. You played Dishonored, right?
No, I just watched a lot of stuff on it. I just know I'm not a big stealth game person, and I know you have the option in that game to play it stealthy, and you have the option to just go through and murder things. But then if you murder too many things,
you get a bad
spreads
ending.
The disease, and there's rats everywhere in the city. I watched about halfway through the game on a Let's Play, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed somebody else playing it for me. It was kind of like watching an interactive movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to play it myself.
No.
I'm probably not going to play Thief either. It's going to be a cool game, and it's going to have all this cool stuff that you can do in it, and I will just go, okay, cool.
That hurts my heart.
I know.
You want to borrow it? Is it a money thing?
Yeah.
You want to borrow it?
I'm so poor. I can't even afford Dishonored. That's because I put all my money towards other games. Sorry.
Do you want to borrow it for real?
Maybe. Do you have it?
Yeah.
All right.
It's back here.
I'm borrowing it. I'm never going to return it.
Talk about something. I'm going to find it.
I'm going to talk about something. Okay, so the game that I suggested that wasn't Thief, and Brendan breaks all of his stuff. Oh, man, I can't even remember the name of it. That's terrible. So we're going to still talk about Thief until I can remember the name of it. Was it Contrast was the name of the game?
Yes. Was that the one, The Shadows? Talk about that.
Yeah, it was. It's a really cool concept. Okay, so the guy that is the main, designer for the game, he he has a young daughter, and he wanted to do a video game focused around a young person. He wanted it to be film noir-esque and set in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of like French themes going on in it, and basically you play as the imaginary character of this little girl who's dealing with like her parents having their own personal problems, I guess. Something's going on. And the cool game functionality is that you can be an existing character like in the world, and then you can turn into a shadow.
I saw that. That was awesome.
It's so cool.
And the concept is cool too, because there's a part that I saw. I did watch that demo where you have to push like a big box of stuff, like, and to make a ramp, almost a shadow ramp, because
then you run up to the wall and you're like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That's the shadow sound. Blah, 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 blah.
And you just jump on there, and then I thought it was cool. Like the concept is very unique, and it's very creative to make it be the shadow that is your person that you play with. What are you doing with the game?
I was just moving it over here because I was going to lean and I was going to crush one of these two things. I can't crush both.
There's so much space. You have massive hands. You do have massive arms.
Yeah, they're like...
You're a
my crush
big baby gorilla. My friends call me that when I get drunk. I'm like a big baby gorilla because I flail around sometimes. I'm hard to keep track of. Just like a big baby gorilla.
I can't. Okay, but back on topic. That game looks really, really cool. That's a really cool gaming.
But you will play that, but you won't play Thief.
Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to play it. I just think it looks really, really, really cool.
See, I try everything. I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, but I play it.
Did you see the one where apparently you're an invisible person, and the only way that you can be seen is when it rains? And like the rain morphs around you, and there's other invisible things.
What?
And so like when you're moving, you can see your footsteps in the water. As they had like a tech demo for it like a year ago, and then I saw like a mini video of it. And I think it's coming out for PlayStation. PlayStation gets some really pretty games.
They do.
They had the what is it, the rose petals one, or what it was? I don't even know.
Rose petals.
It was you were like
American
petals
Beauty,
in the wind,
game.
and it would like float through a field, and you had to like collect things as you go, and it became a bigger.
Oh, I remember seeing video of that.
Yeah,
very impressive, but very odd.
Yeah, I wouldn't play it. It's just
I
so
wouldn't play it either. You just want to watch somebody play it.
See, now this is why I watch Let's Plays, because I can just sit there and just go.
But just because there's so like little to, you had another seizure. I mean, yeah, but that's a game that by design is very visual anyway. Like, but the interactivity of a Thief, of a Dishonored, that's why I'm like, you should try it, because you can actually do stuff, and it's a fun thing. There's twists to it, and they have some DLC for Dishonored, which I'm not going to pick up just yet. I might trade in for the collected edition once all the DLC comes out.
So you're going to be mad if I bring this home and it sits for a week and I don't touch it?
I won't be mad.
If it sits for like 4 years?
I will get it back before then. Come hell or high water. You got about 2 weeks before I start asking if you played it.
Okay, fair enough. I'll try it.
I think you'll like it.
I mean, like I bought Halo when it came out. Right. Very disappointed.
You didn't like it, the original Halo?
No, Halo 4.
4?
The most.
I never played Halo 4.
I mean, the campaign was cool. It actually made me like playing campaigns of shooters, but the multiplayer sucked. It was it was not Halo. Basically the best way to describe it is they made the best Call of Duty Halo game. That's the best way to say it.
Now that wasn't made by Bungie, right? That was made by a different company?
343 Studios.
Did you tell the difference between styles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Halo, but there was an emphasis on making it very pretty. Like that game was very, very, very pretty.
Right.
And the sense of scale was huge. There's like I don't want to spoil it for people, but there's a level where you are on a ship, and when you walk out the doors, there's something that's at least 8 to 15 times the size of the ship, and you're looking at it, and you're just like, oh man, and it's really, really bright, and it's really pretty. But that's why I think 343 was the better studio for handling the aesthetics. Gameplay, though, no. I'm really excited for the game that Bungie's doing, Destiny. That looks like a really fun game. They know how to do shooters.
Keep talking while you eat a cracker.
Oh, I mean, I'm just excited for it. They've been releasing little bits and little bits as time goes on, and like you get to see some maps, and they're really, really expansive, and you get to see enemy types, and it looks like a rehashed version of Halo, but done very well.
Okay. Is that a cause for concern?
Nope.
No?
Halo is awesome. It's just it's their new shooter game.
Is it now there's no connection to either game?
Nope.
Okay.
Completely new universe. So you're going to see where you know it's a Bungie game.
Right.
But at the same time, it's going to be fun, and you're not going to really care about it for that long. Like, I'm excited. Everyone that looks at it is...
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I'll buy it. Day one.
I don't know why you buy things that you just don't know. I'm very selective.
I know you're... Well, again, like I said, it's a mentality. Like, I know... I knew I would love BioShock. I love BioShock. I knew I'd love Batman Arkham City. Love Batman Arkham City.
That was amazing.
That was a beautiful game.
That's Batman.
I'm hopeful there's news. There might be news for that soon. Arkham City 3, or whatever they're going to call it.
Batman into the mind of Batman.
Batman on Batman. A psychological journey. It's just him in a room talking to Jim Gordon for hours.
And then his reflection time,
yep.
where he looks at the mirror and he talks to himself.
Oh, yeah. Dear Journal, I'm sad. My parents died. Hit X to throw a battering toward my feelings.
Fast forward 35 years. I'm still sad.
Art time. Hit Y to make a caricature of yourself.
Do you think they're ever going to do a Batman game with old Batman?
As in Dark Knight Returns?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any money in it in the sense of I think you and I would buy that and play it.
Not many.
But I don't think many people would. The average person on Christmas, you can't market that. Hey kids, you want to play as a 75-year-old Batman who hates life and is craggly?
I just feel like that world it's still Gotham.
I think what you can do is I would love to see them incorporate that into a Batman of this era's time where he has a hallucination or he sees the future or you play a little bit of old Batman.
Okay, so like
not a whole game
like
based
new
around
52 it. Batman, but
kind of like maybe Mad Hatter or Scarecrow makes him hallucinate, and the hallucination is him as an old man.
Oh,
which if you are following Batman Arkham City, there was little codes that you could pick up on radio frequencies.
Yeah,
that had numbers, and then if you use a code that is based off Scarecrow, you can decipher those numbers into letters, and it says something like Fear Will Gotham or City of Fear.
Guess who didn't do that?
You didn't? Oh, so you have no idea what I'm talking about?
No.
It was
I watched it online.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't do that. I don't have time for that. And then there's I really don't.
Real gamers.
Yeah, real gamers. Yeah. But there's that beautiful. Did you go into the little ship? When you go on the ship and then you opens up and it says.
No, is that the one that Killer Croc was on?
No.
I thought that he was on a ship. Wasn't he on a ship?
No, he was in the sewers and he shows up briefly in Arkham City.
Oh, okay. All right. Then
there's a ship right by Joker's hideout area, that realm of Arkham City where
you had to like unlock a few things to get to it.
No, you just have to bust out your cryptographer thing and then open up and then it's a little door hatchway that opens. You don't see it, like there's no ability to see it. You just open it up and then all of a sudden you're like picking up a frequency that you can unlock and you go down and the music changes and it goes that first person perspective. Like they do in the original Arkham Asylum, where you go in to see Joker in the confessional area. They do that mode, and then you look around, and there's notations. There's a lot of like bugs and jars, and then you can see a receipt to Scarecrow, Edward Crane, not Edward Crane. What's his first name? Crane. Well, the Crane, Dr. Scarecrow, Dr. Crane.
Dr. Crane. I'm going to call him now, but
I'm going to probably change it when you. And then it says like, fear gas coming, soon, let me know when you're on the next shipment. And there's a Joker thug that's kind of like bent down like this with his arms behind him. And it's so creepy because if you stand there and for a couple minutes, the guy goes, and he starts like throwing his hands up in the air. And he goes,
oh yeah, there's a guy in there, right?
Yeah, and then he grabs his chest and he dies.
I feel like I saw, like you essentially like put him into shock or whatever.
Right. And then there's the portion that Azrael gives you the map. Jonathan Crane, thank you. And then there's a portion with Azrael. Then you meet up with him. He gives you the map, and then you place the map over a certain texture. And someone actually took a map of Gotham and put that symbol over it, and it matches up with key locations in Gotham, like Gotham Bank, an observatory.
Ooh.
So they're thinking that it might signify the next levels of Batman. I have a feeling they're probably working on something. I know rumors were like they're going to do a Silver Age Batman. That sounds terrible. I hope that was just a rumor to kind of keep people off the trail.
Wait, now that's the old timey Batman?
Yeah, from the 70s.
I thought they were doing 60s Batman in the comics.
No, this was 70s Batman. I heard with the Silver Age.
Oh, I could have sworn I saw like they had like 66 Batman and it was like campy and it looked like Adam West. I saw like a picture of it online.
No,
I could be wrong. But I mean, as far as video games, they were in the process of making one with it. It was like Batman set like way back in time where he's trying to catch Jack the Ripper.
Gotham by Gaslight was the They were making that prior to Arkham Asylum,
and they stopped.
But somebody released the gameplay footage, which was kind of interesting.
It was cool.
It was kind of cool. I don't know
Did
if
you
it
see
was
the way the cape moved?
The cape moved really nice. That was
really
good
nice.
Good
physics.
Good physics, nerds. Good physics.
Batman.
Good Batman and physics merge together.
I can't believe we didn't know Jonathan Crane. Like,
I know, I'm really disappointed myself.
I was in my head. I'm saying it too. I'm just like
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Don't say the wrong thing, because if you say the wrong thing, you're gonna feel stupid again.
You're gonna feel stupid
because I agreed with you.
You're like, yeah, that is Thomas Crane. I'm like, no, shit. What were we even talking about?
Eddie Brock. How he's a douchebag.
Venom. Your hat. Wear your hat like a douche.
Yeah, no, that does not go back to that.
The other big thing, Lucius Arts closing. They're being shut down.
What did you say?
Lucas Arts.
Did you say Lucius?
I said Lucius Arts.
Lucius Arts?
I had Lucius Fox. Lucas Arts. Lucas Farts. Lucas Arts.
That's really, really, really sad.
It is. It's a bummer. 'Cause I think it was close to 150 people lost their jobs.
Yeah.
Because they shut it down to focus on like licensing stuff.
Well, essentially, they kind of saw how every single game that they licensed out to other companies did really, really well. Mm-hmm. And all of the games that LucasArts made did really, really poorly, except for The Force Unleashed. Even Force Unleashed 2 didn't even do that great, but The Force Unleashed was...
Battlefield? Anybody? Battlefield? Was...
and Battlefield. But, I mean, they have numbers, and they're going, well, we make more money when we give the stuff to other people, so... Let's do that. However, they were going to make the coolest game ever.
I know. I'm so upset about this.
The Boba Fett game, 1313.
Yeah, what wasn't about Boba Fett?
No, they said that it was going to be about Boba Fett. I thought. I'm pretty sure the thing I was reading was.
It was like so cool. It was a first-person type shooter.
You're going to play as an assassin.
Yes, and the underworld of Coruscant.
Bounty hunter.
I knew it was too good to be true. Like I was like, this game's going to be great, and then they pull it away from you. Hopefully, that means they're just shipping it to another company.
No.
No?
Because if they do that, it's not going to be the same game.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll keep the template, keep the story.
I mean, if a company picks up all of the employees, because I'm sure they have very, very talented employees and they're all going to get jobs.
Right.
Hopefully. And they start to remake that game or continue making it, that'll be cool. Right. But and then you also have Disney owning the licensing for it, so they might just say like, no, we don't want you to continue making it. Make something new. Here, have a Star Wars project on us, and they're gonna go.
And then gross. And it'll be very. And then they're gonna have it all be kiddie friendly.
Yeah.
Because that was a dark Star Wars game. We haven't had a dark Star Wars game. I mean, Force Unleashed is kind of dark, but like a truly gritty one.
That was pretty dark.
It was dark, but redemptive. I wanted an unredemptive game.
That was really, really dark. Sorry, no family life for you. You're just going to get beaten around by Darth Vader and then sent off into
You're
La La
a stupid
Land.
Star Wars Darth Vader clone.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the premise? He was a clone of Darth Vader or something? Something
like that. I just like they basically just like formulated him to be the ultimate
ass,
anti-Jedi badass, bounty hunter.
You fight Luke in the second one, right?
It's like
or like somebody else.
I think it was like a training room thing. It's not really like you actually.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
Well,
you can't mess with canon too much, I guess.
No, that was in the first one. They send because big spoiler, the game's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Essentially, you can kill Vader, and you take Vader's spot.
Right.
And then he sends you as Starkiller to, like, mess with the first movie and the second movie storylines. And then you get to fight Luke in Hoth.
Right.
And then eventually that turned Luke to the dark side. It's just like a kind of like a alternate
like a
universe kind of thing.
Choose your own adventure kind of deal. Okay. What's the other option? You save him?
You go to try and kill the Emperor, but then it ends up ending badly, and you die. But
oh yes, I remember. But then they explained that away though in the second one, where there was another clone or something like that.
Yeah.
Something dumb.
That was the one that was like you're a clone.
Just like that. That's how the game starts. You're a clone! Just a random person yelling.
They need to have Arnold from, what was it, The Sixth Day or whatever? Is that the clone movie that
Oh,
he did?
yeah.
You're a clone. Get used to it.
Everybody knows that you're clones, and the clones and the stuff and the things, and they come back and they're gonna fight me.
Don't get angry. You have the Force. Don't choke me.
Luke and Leia, I want to fight you, and you're my friends, though.
This is the worst Arnold impersonations.
I'm excited about mine a little bit. I think mine's decent.
Mine's terrible.
You and the clones are gonna be fun people. Everybody have fun. It's like, let's go work out, eh? Ah!
But I mean, like it's just sad because so many people lost their job. Like, no, you don't want to ever hear about people losing their jobs.
No.
And for nerds to have a name and a face to it, like you hear like this factory gets closed and a bunch of people lose their jobs,
right?
And you can be like, oh man, that's sad. But then you're like, something that you're very, very, very attached to,
right?
That you're not, I mean, essentially you will fund somehow by buying some merchandise or whatever. You can't do now. So now you're just like, and these people. I wanted to buy the things that you were going to sell. I was very excited to.
Kickstarter? No, they probably can't because that's intellectual property at this point. How far is what are people seeing? We didn't even talk about like what shot you're getting.
They're seeing like your back to where I'm sitting, so they can see.
So it's a zoomy shot. It's fairly zoomed. It's not all the way back. I thought you were getting like the full.
I mean, if you want, we can put it right here, but then we'll have to turn it every single time.
No, I don't want to do that. But I mean, it's a tight shot of the two of us.
Yeah,
a tight two, as they say in the biz. Tight two, tight two.
Whatever he says. I don't only know how to do audio stuff. I don't know video. I know video. I'm gonna make it.
I know video too. I can help.
Don't worry, I want to do it. I'm gonna learn.
You don't want me touching video because I'm bad enough with getting the audio out. That's exactly. Just admit it. Just admit that that's the issue. It's not even like you're like. I appreciate you trying to mask it. Though.
I know. I'm good at my.
Oh
masking.
no, I'm gonna try work on it. I'm like, I know what that means.
I really want to learn how to do it though.
All right. Well,
this is my education in the working world.
Because you're not getting any education right now.
So I'm like, all right. Well, I gotta.
There's no money for education. All right, fine. I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
Just this once.
And then I'm coming for you.
What else was on your list of topics?
That was really it.
Bye. No, oh, one thing I did want to talk to you about. Marvel put out their Blu-ray of the Phase 1. So it's Avengers. Is
it everything in a box set?
Everything in a box with the
awesome.
the Tesseract in it. When you open up the case, it glows.
Tesseract. You always say Tesseract.
Cataracts with the Cataracts.
It was the Cataracts is inside of it. It's a band.
The Satatats. The Chitty Tat. The Tatty Tat. The Tiny Tim Tat.
The Cosmic Cube.
The Ticky Tat.
Can we agree Cosmic Cube?
The Titty Tit.
The Titty Tit.
Cosmic Cube. The Tiny Titty. That it came out, and they also if there's a code or something involved with it, and somebody already figured out, which is great for me because I didn't want to go through all that crap. But I'm such an anti.
Nerds.
Yeah, I'm like, thanks guys. Like, I'll spend hours. I'm like, just do it for me. Figure this out. But
I'm a real fan.
Poser. You can figure out a website where it opens up and they actually show you theatrical stills from Thor 2 and Captain America 2. Ooh. And concept art from Captain America 2, Thor, Ant-Man footage. It's Ant-Man and Thor 2 footage.
But that's online. Is it more?
Ant-Man footage I haven't seen.
Yeah, it's online.
Really?
Yeah.
But the concept art of Captain America you haven't seen, I don't think.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah, there's a picture of him with his shield going like this, wearing his leather jacket, and then Winter Soldier is punching the shield, and it's like he's got.
When did you see it today?
Plated armor or whatever. Well, it looks like plated armor.
Did you see it today?
A couple days ago.
Maybe IGN was late on it. Maybe they released it.
I thought your nerd is always in tune with my nerd when it comes to like
not this. I was like, I have great news, and you're like, fuck your news.
They post Fuck your news, man. No, they posted a video that was like a phase 2 thing, and it was
Nope.
it showed Thor with a couple of like shots in the movie,
Right.
and you see Natalie. Or no, it didn't. They didn't release it. I know what it was. It was IGN was talking about the phase 2 stuff, and they had clips of.
Oh, yeah. I found this on IGN too.
Yeah, they had Thor 2 stuff. So you saw like a clip of Natalie Portman wearing like
with
some
a
really
robe.
ceremonial
Yeah.
crap. There's one thing that they'll never ever be able to get past is that Thor is like the hokiest.
Oh yeah, Thor's the goofiest dude. Thor's the goofiest.
When
Avenger.
I saw the posters and the trailers for Thor, I was like, I'm not going to be able to watch it because I'm going to be sitting there going, everything's gold plated.
I know. It's such a tacky world he lives
Nipple
in.
on the batsuit. And then they had a portion of the Ant-Man footage, but that's online.
I haven't seen it yet. I only saw
You haven't seen it at all?
No.
I mean, it's cool. Ant-Man's wearing a unique helmet, but I mean, they have a part where he shrinks down to small size and is running along the barrel of a gun, and then grabs a guy, throws him through the wall, goes back up to big size. And it's just so cool. If you don't know, Ant-Man has the ability to rapidly change his size.
And he's also known as Giant Man. When he was a wife beater, he was Yellow Jacket. He beats his wife, Janet, in the comic books. Hank Pym.
Yeah,
He was Goliath.
The classy version.
He was Goliath when he was a mean big man. Then he just was regular Hank Pym for a while now in the comics.
And then they were like, let's make him a scientist and save his image.
Nerdy. Yeah, save his image, because you can't really go back and, that always gets trumped. I always imagine, like, in Avengers when they had their meetings, Hank's like, I got an idea. And Captain America goes, oh, yes, wife beater. And then he just shuts up. Just tell me what you need me to make. Yeah. He's always looked at, and I guess to be a little nerdy towards the back end of the podcast, with Age of Ultron now happening in Marvel. It's when their next event where Ultron comes back to Earth and takes over. And they're not really being... It's kind of taken in within continuity, but pretty much everybody's beat up badly. And I haven't read the latest issue that came out. There's a bit of a spoiler, but I'll wait on it.
Yeah, don't spoil.
But it's supposed to, at the end, involve two interesting things. One, make Hank Pym more of a major player in the Marvel Universe. And they've already announced Avengers AI, which is all their robotic. People like Vision, it's Deathlock, I think, is also involved. Mm-hmm. Hank Pym is involved. And also Angela from Spawn. I don't know if you remember that character. Really? There was a recent lawsuit with Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane. Neil Gaiman won the rights to Angela and brought that character to Marvel. Will debut in the very last book of Age of Ultron. They're not saying how or why, but she will be part of that and will be a major player in the Marvel Universe. Okay. A character that was that originated in Image Comics, had nothing to do with Marvel at all. Neil Gaiman now owns it and gave it to Joe Quesada and Marvel to run with.
I guess that's Todd McFarlane being dumb and not
locking it down.
Yeah.
But no, well, I think this in Spawn #9, Neil Gaiman wrote it with Todd McFarlane and introduced Medieval Spawn, some other like Magellan.
Yeah, but I mean,
Magellan.
At some point you have to make sure that the stuff that you own, you actually own it.
Well, yeah, and he made a ton of money off of that. Then Neil Gaiman sued him, and then Miracle Man is also in the Marvel Universe. From I forget which imprint he was. I think it was Image, maybe Miracle Man.
I don't know much about Miracle Man.
But they announced it 3 years ago that they bought the character rights and they were going to use him. But I'm guessing
they just haven't used him yet.
I think
they're just waiting for this.
And they're using the new universe again in the Avengers, which was a time period in the early '80s where they had like an alternate universe and they had all these like they launched
Earth
6 books.
700,000.
I know, pretty much was like a DC kind of counter argument. Like if you can have 52 Earths, we'll have at least one weird one. So like all these interesting characters. F you.
If they can have one, we can have one too.
We're gonna have a Marvel universe and guess what? A new universe. Yeah.
There's like a rioting going out front of your apartment as Marvel fans and DC fans are going, "No, you make fun of them. They have really good ideas."
The multiverse has a purpose. It can lead to new storylines and new creative outlets.
Yeah, it leads to headaches. Is what
Superman 5 is better than 3.
Oh, don't you even?
I don't even know. I think they have. I can't even tell you. I think they have.
Know who's.
They have a Red
anymore.
Sun Superman, which is the Elseworld story where Superman lands in Russia instead of Kansas, and he becomes Russia's Superman.
I got mad at comics when they killed Batman.
Yeah, but he's back. When they broke his back.
No, killed.
Oh, is that in Infinite Crisis when he got shot by the Omega Beams and then he traveled back in time and became a pilgrim? I think we talked about that last time. Pilgrim Batman, Detective Batman, and then Viking Batman, Pirate Batman.
Can they do future Batman?
Future Batman, Batman Beyond.
Like where he's old, and we can make a video game out of it, or they can make one of videos.
We already talked about this, Christopher. That's not happening because there's no money in
I just want to play it. I feel like it would be cool.
They also killed Robin, Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I think, and that was, I mean, Robin's gonna die at some point.
Well, yeah, I thought it was cool the way he died.
If we killed one, we can kill them all.
You're terrible. I could give a shit about that, Robin. Kill them all. Put on the suit with you did.
Does your name have a Jason or a Todd in it? You're gonna die at some point.
Damien, Jason, or Todd, you're dead.
You're dead.
Tim, okay. Dick, that's a funny name. You can live.
You can live.
But they killed him. Such kind of a Grant Morrison.
I didn't read it, so I don't want you to tell me how it happens. Don't ruin it for me, because I heard it was done with justice. So
it was done with justice, and it was done in a cool way. And the interviews that have happened afterward, Grant Morrison has said that in Batman Incorporated, where it happened, he's not even really going to touch on Damian's death. He's letting the other Bat books handle that. He's going to be focusing on, okay, Batman is at this point where another Robin has died. Yeah. And he is so consumed by that the storyline is going to end at some point with him either dying, like a part of him will die, to tie into Joker's storyline with Death in the Family.
Okay. With decaying face Joker.
Yes, with decaying face Joker. And then make him sort of like a man pushed to the limits. Because Grant Morrison's crazy. I said this before. I listened to a podcast with him, and he was like, Batman deals with death. Like, he's always dealing with death and fighting death, and it's all of its incarnation. So this is sort of the ultimate death that he has to fight and avenge Damian's death and take on Talia.
Okay.
Daughter of the demon.
I'm ready. Let's let it happen.
Let's write it.
Let's write it now.
Let's write it.
Fan edition.
Fan fiction.
Fan fictionizing.
Fan fiction.
So how do we start writing this?
We don't, because it's already been written by Grant Morrison.
Sorry, guys.
Somebody sent me an article saying that Batman's gay.
What?
Yeah.
They think he's gay?
I mean, I read it, and they justify a lot of different points in it, and then there's also followed by an interview with every single illustrator going, well, my Batman wasn't gay. He was Batman. And then the next one's like, well, I can see where they make a good argument. However, in my head, that Batman wasn't gay.
I'd be fine with a gay Batman.
I mean, he's a guy who wears super tight suits, getting chased by crazy super fetish wearing dudes.
But you can make the argument that all heroes are gay.
Yeah,
if that's what you're basing it on.
Oh no, I know. I was like reading the article, and I was like, oh, I mean, you know.
I don't care.
I was just like,
well,
why is it necessary to make a distinction between whether he's, you know, heterosexual or not?
Because people want to talk about something.
I just want him to be Batman.
Let him be Batman.
Yeah.
Let Batman be Batman.
I'm. You know what? We're starting a campaign right now. We're starting one of those things that people do when they get together and they have ideas. Let Batman be Batman. And we can have, like, a symbol. And we can have a Facebook fan page.
Okay.
Batman is Batman.
B-I-G. Batman is gay. Big. He's big. Big Batman.
But I just thought that was interesting.
That
people spent time analyzing it.
People are bored.
I guess.
That's what I was. My always says whenever people are like doing stupid stuff, they're just bored.
And then the next thing I was like, well, what about Superman? Bam, gay.
Green Lantern.
Gay. Well, they have a gay Green Lantern. They actually made a distinction about that.
Yes, they did. I forgot about that. North Star is definitely gay from Marvel Universe.
Well, I don't know. I don't see it as a
they've come out and said.
But I mean, at the same time, I can see where people want to champion it for that fact that someone can say like, oh, there should be a gay superhero, so that way people have someone to look up to or whatever. Because I mean, like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, Batman! I want to be like Batman. But I didn't think of it as I wanted to be like Batman because Batman's gay or because Batman gets the chicks. I wanted to be like Batman because he defends the innocent and he beats the crap out of bad guys. I thought that was cool.
I think that's why everybody wants to be Batman.
Yeah. Like, you're a bad guy. Yeah. Okay. Bam! Beating up Batman style. Done. I wanted to be able to do that. I can't do that. I can't walk down the street and be like, hey, are you a bad guy? And someone turns like, yeah. Well, if I punch him, I'm going to jail.
I'd be like, with that bank robbery that was in town with the bank, if I was there, I would piss my pants.
Well, oh no, I would Batman him.
No, you wouldn't.
I feel like I have the gene that allows me in that certain situation to just go like,
no,
like take down the bomber on the plane.
Are you really?
Would you really? I'd be scared.
Know. I think
I'd
in
be
the
scared
moment,
shitless, but I'd hopefully.
All right. I would. I don't know.
I feel like I want to be able to.
I would want to be able. I think everybody wants to be able to do that, but I don't know if I could do it.
I don't know.
The plane, probably, maybe if I got everybody else with me.
I mean, if it's a gun, I'm less scared of people that don't know what they're doing with guns than I am of a person that doesn't know what they're doing with a knife.
Right.
So.
Okay.
If it was a person with a knife,
yeah,
I'd be less inclined to just jump at him. But if it was a person that didn't necessarily know what they were doing with a gun, I go right on. They're less likely to do any damage to me than... I mean, yeah, what is it? Point and click, but at the same time, it's...
We got really dark at this.
You have, like... Yeah, I know.
That's okay.
Because I want to be Batman.
You want to be Batman. Let's wrap it up, though. We're hitting our marker on here.
What did I learn today? I learned today that I want to be a
gay Batman.
non-heterosexual, non-gay Batman. I want to be I want to be a symbol for justice.
It's not the man underneath the mask.
And I want to wear really tight clothes, so...
But the mask...
It doesn't define me.
Wait, back up. It's not... My dad's dead. What?
I'm still sad.
Huh? Oh. Rachel.
Before we go.
Harvey.
I know what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Bane.
Seeing Evil Dead this weekend.
You're seeing Evil Dead.
I'm seeing Evil Dead this weekend. I'm so excited. So next week we have two things to talk about. One, you have to beat
I will beat Bioshock.
I'm going to see Evil Dead.
And we're going to talk about that.
Are we doing previews? Have we ever done this before? We're doing previews for next week. Oh.
Maybe we'll even do different cameras so we don't have to keep going, hi, every time.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. But, I mean, this is at least like, you get to see our setup and you get to see like...
Professionalism. Kind of.
Hold on, let me get to those notes real quick.
Nope. You want to know what I learned?
What did you learn today?
You took a shit on all the games I like.
How did I take a shit?
You took a shit on Dishonored.
I didn't shit on it. I just said I don't want to play it.
Bioshock.
Does that hurt your feelings?
It does hurt my feelings. Yeah, because I feel.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember last week you were mad.
You want to take shits on everything I like. I'm gonna take a giant dump.
I'm a pooper. Okay, so I like to poop.
On that note, I'm Brendan.
I'm Chris.
Have a good one. Bye.